once again, the show leads in so many of these games, and we know the Tigers aren't going anywhere right now, but they're playing good enough to win these games, and they just can't hang on. The steal of home yesterday, I mean, come on, there's been 7 steals of home all season in Major League Baseball.
That steal of home was annoying in so many ways. The first of all, he never should have gotten to second base in the first place because he should have been picked off, but they had a misplay who was covering the bag at second base, and the throw wasn't all that great. And then he comes home on the try to pick a guy off of first base, and they throw it home. This is with Baez, right?
Yeah.
And you could make the argument, and a very strong one, that James McCann screwed up because he should have let the ball travel. If you let the ball travel, you don't have to do the catch and turn thing, which is going to take time. You let the ball continue on its rate at 80 miles an hour towards you, you probably make the play. But
totally with you.
These are things you learn from. In a season where things don't really matter, all you can hope for is that you learn and you grow. Like, I'm watching this season, and I don't want to trade Nick Castellanos.
Either do I.
And I don't want to trade Michael Fulmer either. But if I'm blown away by some offer, I'm listening. I'm going to listen to everything, but I don't want to. So, for me, this season's all about developing Castellanos as an outfielder.
Agreed.
Can he become better? So I'm not in any hurry to throw him at first base like a lot of other people are. If they're going to hang on to him, and it sounds like they plan on hanging on to him, otherwise, why would Jim Adducey be playing first base when Jim Adducey is a pretty good outfielder? When he was brought up.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
So I think their plan is we're not going to trade Castellanos. Good luck knocking their socks off, but give it a shot if you want. And Nick is doing everything he can to look like he's a foundation piece player. I mean, 14 home runs and 54 RBIs. He's hitting 309. Offensively, he's a really good player. His WAR offensively is over 3. He's pretty good. But defensively, he's a liability right now.
And that could get better. I mean, that's only going to get better.
But he's a liability who can get better. Can he be average? Probably not. Can he be below average where, okay, you're going to live with a couple of mistakes and he makes? Fine. That's all I want. And I think he's athletic enough where he can do this. People forget when he was drafted, he was a shortstop.
Yep.
And
then he went to third.
Obviously played third base.
All he's got to do, Gator, is just like Billy Chaplin, for the love of the game, go out there and work the wall. You keep working the wall.
Just work the wall?
Just work the wall.
Just work the wall. 248-539-9797 is a telephone number. But, these are things I'm looking for. And obviously, Candelario, I want to see him improve at the plate. He's got great discipline and being able to work the count. It's just about putting the ball in play in places where the other team isn't. And I'd like to see him improve on that and cut down his strikeouts, because right now he's over a strikeout a game kind of guy. Otherwise, there's Nico Goodrum. I like Nico Goodrum as like the extra guy in the roster, as a super sub type player.
Oh, yeah, he's totally a utility guy.
Can he improve as an infielder at second base because he's more of an outfielder by trade? Sure he can.
I
think
he's
passable, but he's not.
Player.
But he's not somebody who's going to be a fixture at second base on this team. They've got too many guys in the minors that they feel are going to be called up at some point. But they've got players, unfortunately, right now, like Leonis Martin, who I'm sure they would love to have interested and trade him.
I think there is a little.
I think there should be, and yet it doesn't feel like there is. Okay, because he's a guy who's got a little bit of power. He's not a great hitter. He's hitting 257 right now, but defensively, he's outstanding.
Absolutely.
But typically good teams in baseball already have outstanding center fielders. Are the good teams in baseball looking to add an extra outfielder to the mix? And if they are, how much are they really going to give up in return?
He feels like one of those right before the deadline deals that you're like, whoa, the Tigers actually got some pretty good stuff in return for that guy. Because at the last minute, a team like, I don't know, whether it's a Boston or a Dodgers or an Arizona, whoever it is that needs an extra outfielder, maybe someone gets hurt, he could be worth definitely something, but it's probably only going to happen in the Tigers' favor if it's super last minute.
And the Shane Green injury sucks for this team because that's a piece you wanted to move before the trade deadline, although he's still signed for next year, I believe. So
yes,
you can do the same thing next year and hope that he heals up and he's ready to go and he puts on a good show. But, it's another year under his belt, and I don't know if that's going to be the case. Iglesias, that's a guy that probably isn't coming back, and yet that's a guy that I would consider offering a contract to and bringing him back
for absolutely
at the right price. And I don't think that's a real popular take when you go to Tiger fans, but here's a guy who's built his average up to 273. He's stealing bases, and he plays a stellar shortstop. I'm not saying you give the guy a 4-year, $60 million contract, but I consider giving him a contract, depending on what the price is. 248-539-9797 is a telephone number. Okay, 4th of July yesterday.
Great day, other than the fact that it was a steamer.
It was really hot out.
It was way too hot.
It was really, really hot out, and it has been we've been in the midst of this heat wave, and today is hot and humid and crazy.
Oppressive.
It is oppressive, and it's going to change up over the weekend. Thankfully, we're going to get a little bit of break here, but it's the 4th of July. Everyone on the 4th of July, most people anyway, have the day off, and they're ready to just fire up the grill, which I can't imagine fire up the grill on a day like yesterday was any kind of fun.
No.
Spending time outside and having to tend to the meat doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun when it's 90-something degrees out with all the humidity.
Yeah, those tube steaks are spicy enough on a day like yesterday.
You add to that the mix of what is the 4th of July, and you've got the fireworks and the splendor of looking up in the sky and seeing all the colors and everything. But I'm just curious, what do people – how was the 4th of July experience for people yesterday? Between trying to keep the dogs calm – whatever pet you have, if it freaks out with the fireworks, having the neighbor that might be lighting off fireworks too late in the evening.
Oh yeah.
Were there any confrontations you had to make? Was there any sort of new thing you tried in the grill that was like, wow, this is outstanding. I never thought this was going to be great, and here it was. This was great. And did anybody come up with some new innovation to keep yourself cool? Because that's what I'm kind of interested in.
I've got one for you.
Well, I'm interested to hear what your innovation is to keep yourself cool. Plus, you folks out there at 248-539-9797. That's the telephone number. Let us know how your 4th of July went. What are the successes and the failures? And were there any confrontations based on whatever? Because I imagine, look, it gets hot out. People are drinking. People lose their temper.
Bad mix.
Yeah. Were there some bad thoughts going through your mind and somebody gave you a little tug and say, hey, let it go. What happened? 248-539-9797.